from Aruna Rao, founder of Desi Rainbow Parents and Allies, a space for South Asian parents and families of LGBTQ+ individuals to find community with one another. Rakshita, Praful, welcome to our show. Thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing your experiences with us. I'd like to start off with you introducing yourself to our viewers.
Thank you, Nisha, for having us. As you know, we are proud parents of gay son.
Tell us more about your son.
He's a great son, and he came out when he was 21. At the age of 21, he came out as a gay. He told me that, "Mom, I'm gay." It was shocking for us. At the same time, we were not believing that he's gay. And our journey was tough to believe that he's gay. We thought, first of all, as a mother, I thought he's afraid of maybe going out with girls. That's why he's saying. We prayed as usual, like a Hindu people, pray that, okay, everything gonna be fine, everything will be fine. But as you know, he was gay. And it took us like 3 years to accept him, but we were talking. We never stopped talking to him.
Tell us about Desi Rainbow and how Desi Rainbow helped you through your acceptance.
Desi Rainbow is like my second family. They are so good, and everybody's like holding everybody's hand. So that way you don't feel like you are alone.
So Desi Rainbow Parents and Allies was created out of my own need. I am the mother of a queer and trans young adult. And so when he came out to me, it was a really difficult process for me to learn how to accept him. So I spent a lot of time and effort seeking support for myself. And as a mother, it was really hard to accept that your child may be marginalized, that your child is going to be hated just for who they are. And at that point, it became clear to me that the community needed a resource. If I, who's somebody who's able to access resources for myself, had such a difficult time, what about the rest of the community? What about those parents, grandparents, families that are struggling to understand what it means when their child comes out? So Desi Rainbow is now a national organization. We have even a global community actually that comes together for support, for activism, and to essentially treat each other like chosen family. Because those of us with LGBTQ children, LGBTQ folks themselves, many times we lose our biological family in this process. And so building our chosen family is really important for us.
And how did you finally come to accept? What did you do to, come to that point?
After all, he's my son. I know we have to live with society, but at the same time, we cannot change too much rules and regulations what society made. But I think we can accept our child the way he is or she is, and then we can make other people understand that.
Tell us about, your son is married now. Tell us about that. Tell us about his husband.
Yeah, my son is married. Our son is married, like happily married, I would say.
Tell us about your son-in-law.
Oh, he's fantastic. He's American, but I feel like he's more Indian. He called me Mama Desai. So now I'm Universal Mama Desai.
Oh. What, Rakshita, would be your message to kids out there who are trying to come out to their parents as Indian parents? What would your message be?
I would say, yes, it is difficult for parents to digest when you come out as a gay or LGBTQ+ child. So be patient with your parents. Be patient.
And how about to parents? What would your message be to parents?
I would say same thing to the parents. Try to understand your children, because right now when they coming out as a gay or a lesbian, imagine their mental situation is very tough. Even though you fear with the society, but be with your child.
How about a message to your son who is going to see this interview? Take this moment to say something to him.
As a parent, as a mother, I would say you are amazing, and child. We are so happy to have you in our life.
Thank you so much, Rakshita and
welcome.
Praful. And thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing your story today.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us. And thank you for sending out this message to other people, so that way they don't feel like they are walking alone.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Rakshita and Praful are proud parents of a gay son, and they really serve in many ways as parents to other young LGBTQ people in the community, because they have come a long way in their own journey, and now they're supporting other kids who are going through the same journey.
We'll hear more from our Desi Rainbow family after the break.
Often our children are shunned, ostracized, and discriminated against in our community. I'm proud of my child. I've always been proud of my child. It's time to take a stand to really support your children, my children, and our children. Share your story of love and acceptance for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender children. After all, family is still family, and love is still love.
Today we feature LGBTQ+ individuals and families who talk about their journey and how Desi Rainbow offered them a space to find community with one another. Sadhna, Vinay, and Samir, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your experiences with our viewers. Really appreciate it. And I'd like to start off with you introducing yourself to us.
Hi, I'm Sadhna. I'm Samir's mom.
I'm Vinay, Samir's dad. We're very proud parents of Samir.
I'm Samir. I identify as transmasculine and queer.
Thank you so much for joining us, really. I know it's a sensitive topic, and I really appreciate you coming here today. And, our message today is one of positivity, really. And I'd like to ask you, Samir, how was the experience of coming out?
It went pleasantly, surprisingly well. And I was really happy. They kind of accepted it right away. And I'd been hinting at it for months beforehand, so it didn't exactly come as a surprise, but they took it very calmly, they took it very well, and they just asked me what are the next steps to affirm your gender and to transition, and they supported me through all of that.
Wow. Sadhna, Vinay, tell us about how your experience was when Samir told you and how you were so accepting.
Right. So Samir has been actually helping us out, giving us hints. And like a year back, he had cut his hair short, and I could see that there was a difference in dressing. And we were anyways shopping in the men's section. But
that was a hint.
That was a hint.
Yes.
But he kept telling us that he will share something with us, but only after school started in the fall, because he wanted his support community, his friends to be there in case we did not want him home after that. So that, and I kept asking him, but he said, I just want to share it in the fall. And I just held his hand, and he shared his fear about not being in touch after, or if we would accept him. And at that time, I told him that love and family are the most important things in our life, and that could never be a question. And
So for me, I think he's been dropping hints, and he's already come out first. So as parents, you perceive your child's emotions. This is nothing new. All parents know in advance what their kids are going through, their emotions. Moms sense it first, but then in this case, we both kind of started talking about what could it be, right? So when he started giving us hints, so we started educating ourselves, and the thing that came to mind was obviously transitioning is one of the possibilities. We didn't know what it was, obviously, but we started educating ourselves and started finding out what it was about. And we figured out this is not uncommon, surprisingly. This is so common. And then that was an eye-opener for us in a way. So it gave us time to process what might be coming. It made it easier. But then when in any case, when he came out, it was like an emotional, very emotional moment, and just had to support. There's no other way possible for us, just supporting him.
Wow, so positive, such a positive message. What do you know now that you wish you'd known then? Would that have changed anything, or would that have changed the way you reacted? I mean, you obviously reacted very positively, but is there anything?
Yeah, when like many years back, when one of our dear family member came out, I tried to not share it with the kids because I thought they are of an impressionable age and they are little. But thinking now, I just feel that if these conversations were open right from the beginning, Samir would not have taken these many years to come out, would not have gone through depression and anxiety as he did, and he would have felt that we would be accepting right away. He did not have that fear.
Right.
So I feel it is not only essential to support your child, but also to have these conversations open.
Yes.
From the beginning.
That's such an important message. Absolutely. Tell us about Desi Rainbow and how it has supported you.
I love having a space where I can feel comfortable in both of my identities as like a queer trans person and also as an Indian person, because oftentimes in spaces I feel like one of those has to take precedence over the other, and it's so affirming.
Oh, that's great. And it's so great for parents as well.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful family to belong to, because when you are in this journey, you just feel very alone. You feel the lot of Indian communities are not that supportive or open about it. And here we could just be ourselves, and it really felt like a family.
That's wonderful.
So Sadhna and Vinay are really amazing parents in the way that they have learned how to understand trans identity and in the way that they've learned to support their son Samir. They are really trying so hard to make sure that they do everything right so that their child has everything that he needs.
Samir, what would your message be to others out there who may be struggling to come out?
I would say to always consider your safety and well-being before coming out. I think that coming out is looked upon as the milestone for a lot of LGBTQ people, but it doesn't have to be, and you should be able to take your time and be able to process your identity at your own speed and tell who you want to and keep the information from who you want to.
Right, right. And how about a message to parents out there?
Well, that I want to share is that since the beginning, since you're like pregnant with your child, you take care of yourselves for your child. And all through the years, you worry about their happiness, comfort, that always comes first. So nothing changes now. Be with your children. Putting your children first is always the most important thing.
Absolutely. Vinay?
So my message to the parents is that we should be there for our children when they do come out. They have gone through years and years potentially of all the pain, and we have our own fears of what people will say. That's tiny compared to the angst and fear that they feel. It's super important for parents to be there for them when they need us.
Beautiful. You all are a beautiful family, and I really appreciate you sharing your experiences with us and offering such support to our viewers out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
I Am is an eye-opening documentary by Sonali Gulati, who returns to Delhi 11 years later to finally confront the loss of her mother, whom she never came out to.
I've left the US and I'm on my way to Delhi to make this film. The real reason, though, is to empty out our house that's been lying locked up for the last 11 years. I wish that I had told you, though I don't know what words I would have used. maybe I would have said that I'm in love with a woman.
You felt you didn't feel close enough to her to be able to tell her?
I was scared of telling her because I thought she'll have a negative reaction.
Most parents feel that they'll have to face a society.
And from the beginning, I have never cared for society. So I don't think anybody else has got the right to say anything about my children.
Today we're having an open and positive conversation with LGBTQ+ individuals who simply hope that you will listen.
Hi, my name is Vaibhav. I'm 24 years old. I identify as gay. I am currently in my 4th year of med school and I do music on the side. I think that I was having consistent arguments with my parents about how Indian kids are raised and how it feels like we're put into boxes at birth. And I made it clear to them that I would never make my own kids feel like they had to choose something prior to them having knowledge about it themselves. And so I know my parents then asked me, is this about you or about your kids? And that's when it became really clear to me that I needed to come out.
Mm-hmm. And what was your parents' reaction?
I think that there was a lot of misconception about what being gay meant just because of what I like to call, a bad game of telephone. Nobody had quite the understanding what it meant to be gay. And once they came around to it, once they started to understand having conversations and educating one another, they've really, really come around to it. They have shared with my grandparents as well, my extended family, and everyone has been really accepting, which has been great.
Tell us a little bit more about Desi Rainbow.
When I first came out, I think that's part of what allowed them to feel more accepting is there's so many different groups out there for non-Indians, but I know that my parents wanted to hear from other people and other faces that looked similar to the faces they grew up around. That provided them with comfort at a time where I had challenged their entire worldview. And so Desi Rainbow really did that for them. The different people, no matter what their kids were, trans, lesbian, gay, bisexual, the common link was the fact that parents had to come around and learn how to love their kids. I would want to usher everyone, queer people, their parents, let people listen to that inner voice. Most times it is telling you the truth about something that you will come to find out way, way, way further on in the future.
Beautifully put.
So I would tell any of the audience members who are watching today that LGBTQ kids and LGBTQ adults are just like everyone else. They are our children. They are beloved by us. We need to learn that giving them the support they need will allow them to live the best version of their lives. If it's possible at all, I would say reach out to the community, to LGBTQ community members, to let them know that you're an ally and act as an ally.
Today's conversations were both heartwarming and informative. Parents want their children to be happy, healthy, and safe. If your child comes out to you as LGBTQ+, that may or may not be something you imagined or feel prepared for, but your acceptance really matters to their health and safety. Desi Rainbow helps individuals to learn about LGBTQ+ issues, find community with one another, and learn how to better support their loved ones. Together, we can walk down a bridge to a world that is richer and more colorful.